I'm gonna be checking this 98 Honda Accord with AC system performance. So customer concern on this one is they said they took it to a place because the AC performance was like poor performance. So what happened is apparently what they found, there was a leak here on the receiver dryer. So they said they found a leak there. They replaced that one and then charged the system, but still the system is not performing correctly. So the first step, supposedly they charge it to the spec 1.5, 1.6 pound, I think it is. However, myself, I don't have that option to verify that one because I'm just using this regular gauges. The only thing I can verify with this is static pressure. So we can see here we got about a little bit below 60, like 58 psi or something like that. So this is gonna be static pressure approximately to the ambient temperature. That's pretty much what the temperature is here right now. So we're connected here to the low side and high side system here. And this is the first step, check for static pressure. Not always is accurate this because at the shop I have seen, you know, system that when we use the machine to do the recovery, the pressure looks like good, and that one recovered about half of the system. So pressure is not always accurate like static pressure, but it can help us on the diagnostics. So I don't know if I'm gonna be capable of doing the complete diagnosis on this, but we're gonna try. So I wanted to show that part for what we're doing. I'm gonna check pressure, and also I unplug here the AC clutch, and I'm checking for the resistance here. This 3.6 ohm resistance. So I'm gonna write it down here. Resistance is 3.6 ohms. 3.6 ohms. So, and static pressure is 58 on both sides, so that should be equal, you know, when we're doing this. So gotta write it down someplace here because I can't. 58 psi static pressure. Okay, so then we're gonna start the engine and then start and run the AC system and see what the gauges do and how the system works. Behind this, we're gonna be reviewing a little bit how the AC system works. So we have condenser, AC condenser, and the evaporator. Both, what they do, they are a heat exchanger. So when a heat exchange occurs, there's gonna be a change in pressure because pressure and temperature goes hand to hand. If the pressure goes up, the temperature goes up. If the pressure goes down, the temperature goes down. So keep in mind that. We're gonna start the vehicle and we're gonna start doing some testing and see what's going on. Got the gauges here. We can see when the AC compressor comes on, we're gonna see the drop in pressure on the low side right there. Engage the AC clutch, the compressor is working. You can see activity on the high side. It doesn't look too high, so I probably will have to put the sit inside on the vents and see the temperature. This one is how is that performing inside. And also I may have to put in a stick on the gas pedal to hold it about 2000 RPMs. Got a stick here on the to hold the RPMs about 2000 RPM or something like that. That'll be up. So that way we can stress a little bit more the system, and we're gonna check the gauges now. Well, the high side is going very high now, going over 200. For the temperature we have right now, that shouldn't go that high. Temperature is going crazy now, so we're gonna check for a cooling tanks operation. This one is not working, this one is working, but the condenser fan is not working. Every time the AC comes on, this one should be commanded on the cooling fan too. I'm gonna check powers and ground to the cooling fan. Yeah, with more than one hand. We can see here, you know, when depends on the temperature. We can see here that one is being commanded on. I'm connected here, and the system is working. So the pressure is going high, but still we can see here when the computer commanded on the solenoid, will command on the cooling fan too for the condenser. My next step will be to hit on the cooling fan, tap on in here. You can see that one come on when the AC is commanded on. So that's my next step. Started working. Pressure gonna start going down. As pressure and temperature goes hand by hand. We'll see that one come on now when it cycles the AC. Yeah, it came on. Temperature is dropping a lot on the high side. Well, as we can see, the system is working okay correctly. So we have the temperature, because that one is operating right now, the cooling fan. So 2000 RPMs, and I got it here. The pressure is not going over 150, like a 180 or something like that on the high side, which is good. And I got cold vent temps inside, no more than 200 on there, which is fine. So now the next step will be showing with the scope how to test the cooling fan for intermittent issues, and also how to check amperage just for learning, you know, on the AC compressor, in the AC compressor, and also gonna be explaining how the AC system works. I will be showing here how to measures the amperage. This AC is compressor, the clutch is drawing. So I got the amp probe here, amp lamp, and as we can see here, we're gonna be able to see on the with the scope here, it's drawing about 4 amps or something like that when the AC compressor come on, 3.9. So I'll just turn it on again. When you cycle, we can see what happened here. Got the scope running now, so we're just waiting to see how many other cycle come on. Okay, not really critical this for troubleshooting diagnostic this car, but it's something, you know, it may help to test this system for someone in the future. Well, I wanted to show here on this cooling fan. Now it's operating, it's rotating okay. But for example, if this vehicle comes to you with you're suspecting any of these cooling fan being bad, you know, you can check with your amp probe. I have it here, so that way we can see this thing is drawing about 8 amps. Let me stop this capture and go back here. So I will be zooming here on one of these areas here. See how the brushes are falling here? So right here, that one is bad, this one is good. Well, anyway, we're gonna analyze this on the computer, because as it is here, it's too hard. It's I got too much the light is not good here for what I'm doing. Okay, I'll stop this thing. I'm gonna capture a waveform of the new cooling fan here. Same thing, I'll be showing that here on the analyze this on the computer, because here we got too much glare. But we can see here when that one came on. We will compare the differences here. You see how even this one is. However, I will show it there on the computer, so that way we can see it more better, clear, and explain a little bit more. Okay, basically I will be showing here how a non-good and a non-bad is here. So this one is the bad one. We can see some drops here, pretty bad drops here on the cooling fan. Brush contact. Basically like this one. It's pretty bad. We can see that one here. Let's see. We have one here. Okay, this area basically. See how bad this one is? This one went like very low, like wow, like what? Almost zero. See here? Almost zero. My zero was if I type it there, zero. Yeah, you see my zero line is here. It's barely less than half amp. That one went down to. We can see this brush, that brush contact was very bad. So that one is the old and bad, the one I tapped on and started working. Think about this, when this one, when the, I'm gonna say that one stops, when the cooling fan stops on this position here, so there is no contact with the brushes and the commutator. So when the powers and ground get in, it doesn't do anything because we have no contacts. So you come over and get the hammer or tap with something, and because we already have power and ground, we move it to the next one. Same concept applied to the starter motor. When we hammer it and someone do that, so we move it to the next brush contact. Same thing happened with fuel pumps. The fuel pump doesn't make any winding noise, it's not working, so you get a tap on the gas tank and power and ground is present, boom, you move it to the next good brush. Look at let me see here. Where's my, this is my good. Look at that one. Ignore this. This is just a scope, noise interference there. But look at this. We're running about 9.7 amps and very clean in between brush. See, evenly on the bottom, pretty much on the top too. So this is a non good. All even, brush contact and everything pretty good. Here's at the moment when that one came in, we got a direct short here, as we can see here. It went to about what, 16 amps, which is normal when they started working, and then you get normal. Okay, one more time. This one is the bad one. See, and this one was drawing how many amps? Around 6-7 amps, while this one was drawing how many? About 10. So there is a non-good and non-bad.